welcome everyone to the annual Keego Harbor Memorial Day Parade right here on CCTV Channel 15, also simulcast on 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Woody Woodruff. My co-host is Ronnie Dahl. And during our presentation, you get to see and hear the parade experience. Plus, you get to learn a little bit about Memorial Day and why it's significant as a day of remembrance. So with that, let's officially bring in my co-host, Ronnie Dahl. And Ronnie, as a longtime resident of Keego Harbor, what are your impressions of Memorial Day and how it's celebrated in our city?
What I think I like and so many other people like is just this. It brings our neighbors together. We get to come together, meet one another if we haven't met before. It's small town USA, and that's the best part about living in Keego Harbor.
Well said, Ronnie. With today's event being a live simulcast, I'd like to recognize the crew that we've put together for the festivities. Daryl Sanders will bring us the pictures and sound. Breon Hayward is our director, and Tyler Keefe is our man on the street. How you doing there, Tyler?
Doing great today, Woody. How are you and Ronnie doing?
We are fantastic. We'd also like to thank all of the friendly faces on the Cable Commission Board for their valuable assistance in making this coverage possible. Ronnie, we can all see how it's going to be a great day weather-wise, and that's the perfect backdrop for a short primer for our audience on the history of Memorial Day.
We couldn't ask for better weather. However, we also, at a time that we all come together, we also need to remember exactly why we have this holiday. And so for that, a little bit of background for so many of you, for over 100 years, Memorial Day was reserved for honoring the lives of Civil War soldiers, but it was extended to include all American war casualties after World War I. And the holiday was proposed by General John Logan. The first Memorial Day was on May 30th, 1868 at Arlington Cemetery. 5,000 people came to decorate the graves of 20,000 Union and Confederate soldiers.
There are a whopping, let's see, I think it's 30 parade floats today coming down for our enjoyment, coming down Cass Lake Road, heading here towards Roosevelt School. And that'll be beginning very shortly. The parade route has been basically the same for a lot of years, but it has changed. It used to go from the Orchard Lake School and come up Orchard Lake Road. It used to go from, what is that school down there, the high school?
No, the middle school.
The middle school, yeah. Okay, it used to come from there and then work its way up Orchard Lake Road and then wind around Cass Lake Road and end right here. But now it has been reversed to come down Cass Lake Road the other way. So it should be fun. And as we get going, we will see some of the floats and some of the people that are coming in. The differences between Memorial Day, Veterans Day, and Patriots Day, there are three different things. Memorial Day honors soldiers that died in battle or from battle wounds. Veterans Day honors everyone that served honorably. And Patriot Day honors the civilians that died on September 11th, 2001. So there are three different commemorative days to remember. Memorial Day is today. Memorial Day, in case you didn't know, Ronnie, you said it was for over 100 years, but it started way back in 1868 with General John A. Logan and his General Order Number 11, which called for a National Day of Remembrance. And at that first Decoration Day, it was called back then, 5,000 people at Arlington National Cemetery decorated 20,000 graves of Union and Confederate soldiers. The holiday has evolved to honor all American military personnel, and it's a real chance to educate people about sacrifice. And it's a really haunting lesson in the real consequences of war. Of course, we see the symbols of Memorial Day. We see poppies and flags, and, you know, poppies came in very early, 1915, as a symbol. Monia Michelle started the campaign. She was a teacher in Georgia. And also, the taps is played on Memorial Day as the flag is set at half-mast until noon and then raised to full staff. Taps replaced the gun salute because they didn't want anyone to make a mistake, to mistake the gunfire for renewed fighting. So, of course, there are flag laws. The 1942 Flag Code is what people really follow. The flag is never displayed in the rain. It's hoisted briskly and lowered ceremoniously. Just in case you don't know, a lot of people have flags on their house. Flags are only displayed from sunrise to sunset, only special occasions at night. And it's never used as a covering for a ceiling, okay? Never. There is also a national moment of remembrance on Memorial Day. Every Memorial Day at 3 o'clock, there is a national moment of remembrance. Now, the idea of honoring war dead came from Pericles of Athens, Greece, way back in 431 BC. Anybody around back then? I don't think so, but he praised the war dead of the Peloponnesian War. Lots of historical facts here with Memorial Day.
Along with a day of parades and barbecues, so many families will also take time to visit the cemeteries and honor the memories of the fallen and their families. And for all of those, we'd like to say thank you for your service. It's a great sacrifice, and it's a reminder of why we are here today and why we get to do what we do. It's at the service of others.
Ronnie, I mentioned poppies earlier, and comes from a John McCrae poem that's associated with Memorial Day in Flanders Field. And just going to read a little bit of it right now in case the audience doesn't know about it. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row by row, that mark our place. And in the sky, the larks, still bravely singing, fly. That is from In Flanders Field by John McCrae, a poem commemorating Memorial Day. Memorial Day was born in Waterloo, New York, although 20 towns try to claim that honor. Although Waterloo, New York was the first town to officially be recognized. In 1873, New York was the first state to make Memorial Day a legal holiday. Of course, we mentioned taps, the bugle call. And that is 24 notes. It was created by General Dan Butterfield back in 1862. Ronnie, did you know that since Memorial Day has evolved, it's become a holiday and really the unofficial start of summer? And the AAA estimates over 40 million people will travel 50 miles or more during this weekend?
I think for us, so many people are staying right here close to home, if Cass Lake is any indication.
That is true.
Tyler, how you doing down there? Did you bring some sunscreen, I hope?
I did. I brought some sunscreen this year. I learned that lesson the hard way a year ago, but doing well so far today as we're getting ready. The parade should be coming down this Cass Lake Road toward Orchard Lake any minute now. Well, earlier on, we had, of course, the ceremony at the Rock. So many ceremonies throughout the community today, both in Keego Harbor and throughout the community. Actually, Mayor Rob Kalman is here with me, and he was at that ceremony at the Rock. So tell us about what Keego Harbor does. What the origins of the Rock here in Keego, and then your ceremony year to year.
Yeah, the Rock has been there for long before I came to Keego Harbor. In fact, it says there's a carving on there. It says in memory and in honor of the residents in West Bloomfield. A lot of people don't know that Keego Harbor was carved out of West Bloomfield Township quite a while ago. And for years and years, we've had the ceremony before the parade starts. And I think it's important to recognize how many people from Keego Harbor actually have served. I was having dinner the other night at Gino's. And that's how local we are here. We talk. I went to Gino's. Everybody in Keego Harbor would know exactly where I'm going, and what I'm talking about. And a lot of residents were there, and I was talking with them, and they asked me what was going on for the parade, and I said I was speaking, and they told me about 3 people from Keego Harbor who went to Vietnam and didn't come back alive. And we talked about that a little bit at the ceremony this morning. And helping people remember why we actually have Memorial Day, and to recognize the people that have served and been killed in action. And you can tell when you talk with people who've served in the military how important the day is to them. It's a somber day. We have a parade and we're having a good time today. And you should have a good time. But a lot of people don't even bother saying Happy Memorial Day because for them it's arguably one of the worst days of the year for them if they had a family member killed in battle in either World War II or Vietnam or more recently Iraq or Afghanistan. So it's a long answer for you, but.
Yeah, but it's really a great way to show, and these parades, these celebrations, so to speak, as a community are really a way to show just exactly what we have earned through that sacrifice from people in our communities and beyond. Another great resource that you can check out for those of you at home and those of you here that are with us at the parade is the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society, who will be participating in this parade today with more resources on local veterans as well. Woody, Ronnie.
All right, let's kick things into high gear. Here we go. Keego Harbor's Memorial Day Parade is an obvious family affair. Parade Chair Kirsten Sonville Douglas's son Keaton, her husband Kevin, are leading by example and lending a helping hand. They're joined by Mayor Pro Tem Ashley Ashia.
Keaton, your bike looks awesome. Digging the shoes. I almost decorated our bikes.
Now coming up, we have a former mayor of Keego Harbor and a 12-year member of the city council, plus various city-sponsored events. A passenger in that car is his wife, Marilyn. Sid Rubin. Sid is driving his 1977 Indy 500 race car, and he does admit to having driven that car up to 130 miles an hour, but not down Cass Lake Road. Oh, I just got a note here that I have to open.
Look at styling.
Oh my goodness, it is Sid's baseball card. Thank you very much, Sid. We'll look at that later. Next up is the West Bloomfield High School. They boast a robust program with 2 circular ensembles, an extracurricular jazz band, jazz combo, and a marching band. The ensemble performs numerous times throughout the year at school-based and community outreach events. Many of the students participate in additional performance opportunities, including all-state solo, ensemble, honor bands, and more. Let's listen.
Tyler, let's throw it down there to you.
Tyler, what do you got down there?
I'm here with the representative of Michigan's 20th Congressional District in the State House, Noah Arbit. Noah, participating for the second time, first time in office. What is it like for you as a leader in our state to recognize those who have given their lives to our country to help provide for traditions like this?
Well, I think it's amazing. It's amazing to be here in Keego Harbor for the first time as state representative, and to be here with the community to honor the people who have given everything for our democracy, for our freedom. It just means everything. So I'm so grateful to be here and grateful for everyone in Keego Harbor for showing up for our for Memorial Day.
Appreciate having you here, and of course we are even more appreciative of those who have served our country and those who have given their lives for our country and our communities. Woody, Ronnie.
Thanks a lot, Tyler. Let's continue on with the Keego Parks and Rec Bike Parade. Your Memorial Day Parade is hosted by volunteers who make up the Keego Harbor Parks and Rec Commission. Parks and Rec put on events like the Egg Hunt and the Keego Block Parties. They give out beautification awards several times a year and make plans for the improvements to our 11 parks, playgrounds, and beaches, as well as our green infrastructure such as trees and wetlands. Parks and Rec, with the support of Magnolia on the Lakes, hosted a kids' bike decoration event this morning, and we are happy to have them in the parade.
And of course, you can keep up with the Parks and Rec and the Garden Club on the Keego Harbor Parks and Rec Facebook page, as well as the city website. We also want to say thank you so much, Jet's Pizza of Keego Harbor. Jet's Pizza of Keego Harbor, locally owned and operated and proud to be a part of the community. We love having them here.
Now let's take a look at the Girl Scout troop number 77226. These are Girl Scouts and their brownies from Roosevelt School. Hello, girls. How you doing? Great to see the Girl Scouts involved in our Keego Harbor Memorial Day Parade.
And a special thanks goes to Oakland County Buses for supporting the parade with shuttle transportation and Civic Center TV for broadcasting the parade live.
Ronnie, let's continue on with a look at the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society coming up here. They have a doctor's carriage or a buggy was common in the 1900s and used during a time when doctors made house calls. But the decline in use began with Henry Ford's mass production of affordable motorized carriages like the Model T. Come see this and other items of local interest at the Orchard Lake Museum. We'd like to thank Bill Sturgeon for sharing his 1961 Nash Metropolitan Coupe and 1964 Pontiac Le Mans convertible with us today, and they're coming up right here. Tyler, these cars look great.
Yeah, really interesting set of cars, different vehicles, classics, newer cars, off-road vehicles as well, all participating in today's parade, Woody.
The Historical Society also giving us opportunities in education, and so please take advantage. And you know, these vehicles coming down, Tyler, I mean, it takes a lot to keep them in good working condition, and we have part of them after we get Bill Sturgeon sharing that 64 Pontiac Le Mans. We have the Oakleaf region, the Model A Restorers Club of America. And the Model A's coming up here are from the Oakleaf region. Most members live and participate in the activities in and around Oakland County. The club welcomes new members, and members enjoy up to 50 events per year while driving their Model A Fords. Now, Model A Fords were built from 1928 through 1931 and were available in about 24 different body styles. These cars look great.
Tyler, I could see you cruising in one of those.
Oh, I'd love to. I'd be doing exactly that. I'd be hitting the horn every 5 seconds. That's it. Thank you.
Hey, Tyler, let's stop this last one right here and find out a little bit about this car.
All right, let's do that. So first, what's your name? Tell us your name.
I'm Michael.
Michael, tell us about your car.
It's a 1964 Metropolitan Coupe, and made by Nash and then eventually by AMC, but they're great little getting around cars.
And is this one that's been in your family? Have you restored this? What's the story behind this vehicle and you?
So it was actually owned by a couple that was in the Nash Club, and the husband unfortunately passed away, but my dad purchased it from the widow, and we're going to keep it in the family. My mom loves this car.
A lot to love about it. Thank you so much. So many classic car lovers. Another great sign of summer, Woody.
That is great, Tyler. Thanks a lot. Let's continue on with Girl Scout Troop number 75911, led by Dr. Chantal Bothell and Mrs. Kristen Watkins White. They're in their 11th year of service to the girls in this community. Their troop is a multi-level troop of girls from kindergarten through the 10th grade, Daisy to senior level. They're based at Roosevelt Elementary and are open to accepting new girls. Girl power, girl-led Girl Scouts. Thanks for coming out, girls.
Girl power! Woody, did you know I was a Girl Scout?
You know what, Ronnie? I did know that you were a Girl Scout, and you were responsible for a lot of key points in your troop. Girl power, girl-led Girl Scouts. You've danced your way well through that, and speaking of dancing, there's a lot of that coming up on the parade route.
Tyler, show us your dance moves.
We want to keep this family friendly and keep everybody having a good time out here. That would only do the exact opposite, Ronnie, but I appreciate the enthusiasm.
Sid Rubin gave me an actual 1988 baseball card of his. He's holding a bat dressed as a Detroit Tiger. It's amazing. Oh, show that to the camera a little bit later. All right, let's continue on with the parade as the participants continue to snake their way down Cass Lake Road. Coming up here, what do we have, Ronnie?
Shannons Dance Academy.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Shannons Dance Academy has been providing quality dance lessons to Keego Harbor residents for over 20 years. Woody, I think you can use some of those.
Well, you know what? Let's see Shannons Dance Academy dance their way right into our picture right here.
They teach a wide range of dance styles and start with dancers as young as 2 years old. They are a recreational and competitive dance studio with an award-winning staff and family-friendly atmosphere located right on Cass Lake Road at Orchard Lake Road in the Harbor Town Plaza. Show us your moves.
Oh, yeah, Shannon's Dance Academy. With moves like that, you have to stop in and check out what they have to offer. You're missing out if you don't stop in to Shannon's Dance Academy. Thanks, everybody.
I think we should have a Dancing with the Stars Keego Harbor.
That's a great idea.
You know, we should have a dance off with Shannon's Dance Academy. That would have been cool. Oh, yeah. Coming up next, Ronnie, Going Postal. Going Postal, one of the local businesses here in Keego Harbor. They not only compete with all shipping rates to find you the cheapest shipping options, but did you know they're a passport renewal agency? And they're also a notary center. They handle your printing services from one copy of paper to creating and making 100-foot banners and everything else in between. Going Postal, your one-stop shop for shipping, printing, passports, and more. 248-539-8800, 4301 Orchard Lake Road in West Bloomfield.
Footballs.
Lone Pine, next door to the Secretary of State office. Thanks a lot to Going Postal.
And coming up next, of course, a Keego Harbor favorite, Gino's. For 54 years, the Santina family restaurant has been the place to go for good food made with their own family recipes and hand-prepared using the freshest ingredients. We're so glad to have Gino's back up and operating after the fire last year. And a huge shout out to Gino, his family, for all the community support, and the community for helping Gino's come back to life after the fire.
Let's head down to the street. Tyler.
Yeah, Gino, as Ronnie and Woody mentioned, getting your restaurant back up and running, back up in regular operations. How has this last year or so been for you, getting that back to normal? Having the community put that kind of support behind.
Well, we had some great support. The employees stuck with us. They hung in there. They came back to work for us, and we're going strong.
Yeah,
thank everybody for it.
Appreciate you and appreciate everything you do for the community every single day. And you as well. What's your name?
Marco.
Marco. Also with Gino and you?
Diane.
Marco and Gino. Ronnie and Woody, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Tyler. Gino Santia and Santia Hall, a big part of Keego Harbor and the community. Lots of events, lots of fun times, lots of good food. Head on out there. It's right next door. All right, let's keep going, Ronnie.
Coming up next, we have Girl Scouts Troop 77115. It's a group of 12 fourth graders from Roosevelt and Scotch Elementary Schools.
Love the Girl Scout participation here in Keego Harbor. There's plenty of troops and plenty of participation going all the way from Daisy all the way up.
And who doesn't love Girl Scout cookies? How many boxes did we buy this year?
I don't know. We got quite a few. But, yeah, Girl Scouts, it's more than just cookies, though. Come on. Girl Scouts do a lot for the community. Go ahead, Tyler. Talk to someone in the troop.
Hey, what's your name?
Aubrey.
What is your favorite part about being in the Girl Scouts? What do you enjoy most?
I enjoy the raspberry rallies.
You do? Okay. That's a good answer.
The raspberry rallies.
Wow.
That is great. Thanks a lot. Let's continue on. Coming up next is something really special because it's going to be the Willow Beach Neighbors and Friends. But you know what? They have such an involved presentation this year that they're getting slowed down on the parade route. So it'll take them a little minute to get up here. But until then, Ronnie, I mean, I went through many of my jokes earlier, so we'll have to put them on hold. But we can also continue back into how the discussion of Memorial Day has evolved to honor all American military personnel, because at the start it was just remembering those who died while serving in the military, but now it's about all military personnel, and that's a good thing.
And as you know, I've had family members that served in the military, and so today is a special day for all of them, and we want to thank them for our service, not just today, but every day. So be grateful for what we have and be grateful for the sacrifices that they make.
And so far, let's review what we've seen. We've seen a lot of good stuff, Ronnie. We've seen the Girl Scouts troops, various troops. We've seen the West Bloomfield band come through and play a little bit. We've also seen some very nice dancing from Shannon's Dance Academy. And plus the nice display from the Oakleaf Region Model A Restorers Club of America.
I think we should have a dance-off between the mayor and Tyler right now.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
I don't know if that's entertainment or punishment for the good people of Keego Harbor.
Maybe it could be judged by State Rep Noah Arbit. We saw him come through.
Yeah, it's a little bit of bias there. I grew up with Noah, so he may give me a little bit of an edge in that.
You know, what is it like to see someone you grew up with now in public office and really at a state level, Tyler?
It's really interesting, and it's interesting, too, because Noah was always the kind of kid that was so supportive of everybody and was really taking on those leadership roles. You could kind of tell he had a future in some sort of a leadership capacity, but when he started running for office, it was something I wasn't entirely surprised about, but always great to see an old friend in a leadership position.
You know, also, you've got another old friend of mine right there, Robert Kalman, the current mayor of Keego Harbor. And let me throw a question at the mayor down there. You know, how difficult is it to, maybe coordinate this kind of thing and get everybody together? It seems like it's herding cats out there, trying to get everybody together.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. We have a lot of really strong volunteers in Keego Harbor. And people realize our Parks and Rec Commission, entire group of volunteers. And Kirsten Douglas, she puts this thing together. It's an act of passion and commitment for our community. And we're fortunate. We have volunteers there, and our zoning board, our planning commission, and our city council works tirelessly. We're also fortunate. You mentioned Noah, and he's our state rep, and Rosemary Bear, our state senator, working hard to help us in Lansing, looking for ways to get grant money and opportunities to help our community. And, this is Keego Harbor, but if you look, Sylvan Lake and Orchard Lake, you have a lot of residents from both communities here today.
Right.
It's the Tri-City. We really do support each other quite a bit. I mean, it's from work, our police officers work together to back each other up. Our fire department works with West Bloomfield. So it's a great community. And so you talk about getting people together. I think people want to be together in a day like today.
That's probably the standard answer. Now, take us behind the scenes. What's going on in the boardrooms? And talk to me about the battles you guys are having in there.
Well, look at that. They're actually walking down the street right now.
Though, Rob, if I could just mention for a minute, because people kind of think that being on council, you guys are paid and it's a full-time job. You guys are really donating your time to the city, just like so many of the volunteers.
Yeah, I like to tell my friends and family, every time I think about the city, I lose money. You get $100 a year. It's like being on a volunteer board for the community. It's an act because I really want to help our city develop and have a really strong sense of community. And I get to meet some amazing people, like you guys. And here.
And also, you are correct. Let's continue on with the amazing people that we're going to meet. These are the Willow Beach neighbors and friends. And their theme this year is "Lest We Forget Freedom Is Not Free." Their neighborhood group is passing out flags, and they're wearing patriotic T-shirts to reflect their theme. The back of their golf cart, coming up here, has the helmet, gun, boots, and dog tags, which is called the Battlefield Cross. It memorializes the fallen soldier on the battlefield. Now, a Vietnam vet named John Robertson is riding in his vintage ambulance, which is coming up here in a little bit from the Vietnam War. And it was really nice to see this kind of level of participation. We'd like to speak to you, Tyler. Let's talk to some of the people from the Willow Beach group, neighbors and friends, about their participation in today's parade route.
So first, I'm going to get your name.
My name is Joan Walsh, and our street, Willow Beach, right behind here, does the parade most years. Anyways, our ambulance died, so it's off to the road. It was a 1964 vintage Vietnam ambulance. Didn't quite make the leg. So anyways, it got pulled over, but
that happens when you're vintage.
Exactly. So anyways, we're just always excited to be here and honor the fallen veterans and, pay homage to the fallen. So thank you very much.
Thank you for your participation. We appreciate it greatly. All right, let's continue on. Now we've got Motown Transit Towing and Recovery of West Bloomfield, Michigan, and the West Bloomfield High School Atomigators team. How about that? This is the robotics program. They participate in the first Tech Challenge in the fall and RoboFest in the spring. I see the Anchor Bots represented. I see Wall EB represented. I see the Gator Gears represented. It's really nice to see all the robotics. This is pretty cool. How difficult is it? Tyler, talk to some of those people about how difficult it is to create robotics.
Yeah, let's talk about that too, because it's really interesting what you kids do, and you're doing this as high school kids. So what is it like to learn about building robots while also using them for a purpose?
It's actually very fun to learn. It's very educational, and you get to work a lot, and it's help for future work and jobs.
In terms of the social dynamics too, working with people that have similar interests, how does that also factor into your team having one of the best in our local area?
We help multiple people, and we also get sponsors, which also help us to create robots, and we go through a bunch of competitions, and it's also really fun, and we help out with our community too.
And the Atomigators, what you can see, shooting out T-shirts to people here in Keego Harbor. Some giveaways with the robots.
I did see that. That was amazing. Look at the creativity from these guys. It's fantastic to see. Thanks a lot to the Atomigators and Gators Gears.
And congratulations to them. This year they were in the semi-finals.
Yes, they were. This
we
is
got the ambulance
the
running.
1964 Dodge M43 ambulance. Yes, from the United States Marine Corps. This Dodge M37 was a series of 3/4-ton military trucks introduced in 1951. The M37 is an adaptable 4x4 and was offered for a variety of uses, such as a command truck, an ambulance, a cargo truck, and a tool truck. They were powered by a 3.8-liter inline-six engine, and this truck was produced until 1968. Thank you very much for being a part of the Keego Harbor Memorial Day Parade. Thank you for your sacrifice. Yes, we have a few volunteers helping to push it down the street, but you know what? It's still part of the fun.
That's what being in a small town is all about right there.
Yes, it is. All right, we continue on with the Spirit of Grace Church. And the Spirit of Grace Church is a Lutheran Episcopal church located off of Orchard Lake Road near Middlebelt. They're known strictly for helping their neighbors. Most recently, they began a food pantry for diabetics that provides food on the third Saturday of every month from 10 a.m. until noon, and they would like everyone to come out and visit. That's Spirit of Grace Church, a Lutheran Episcopal community. Thank you guys for coming out. Ronnie, we've been talking about Girl Scouts all day long, and once again, another troop comes up. This is number 77713, and the Girl Scouts of America, they pride themselves always giving back to the community. Nice to see the Girl Scouts. They participate from Daisy all the way up, and it's great to see.
Start getting involved when you are small.
Exactly. It's not just about cookies. Girl Scouts are all over the place in the community. Oh, boy. Next up, Keego Harbor Dairy Queen. Next up, Dairy Queen. DQ, a proud member of the Keego Harbor community since 1961. Make sure you head on out, get yourself a nice small cone. If you look around, you might even see a wooden nickel that allows you to head on out and get a free cone. They've also got some canine participation, which is nice to see.
Trixie Dixie loves their pup ice cream cups.
Thanks a lot to the Keego Harbor Dairy Queen. Now, coming up now, Art Sale. Art Sale stepping up in a 1968 Camaro convertible. They're a group that comes out for local creative people to communicate, connect, and promote their work, as well as organize events that benefit themselves and the community as well. Art Sale represent the local lakes area and welcome creative people and people that support the arts. Now, creative includes painters, crafts, jewelry, glass, ceramics, dancers, musicians, singers, and more. Art Sale is definitely a group effort. Thanks a lot to Art Sale for being a part of the Keego Harbor Memorial Day Parade.
We have some incredibly talented people that live in Keego Harbor and the surrounding areas.
Exactly. They also are also representing Cass Lake Life and CastLakeLife.com. Coming up now is Cub Scout Pack number 100. Cub Scout Pack number 100 is representing in a strong way here on Cass Lake Road. They're welcoming boys and girls from kindergarten through 5th grade from all across West Bloomfield and Keego Harbor. Cub Scout Pack number 100 and 101, I see everyone is represented. I also see Boy Scout Troop number 160 is involved. Boy Scout Troop 160 and 1000, they have both boy and girl patrols, and they meet at Orchard Lake Community Church. They camp several times during the year, including multi-day backpacking adventures. They focus on fun while providing leadership service and community opportunities. Thanks a lot to Cub Scout Pack 100, Boy Scout Troop 160, and the West Bloomfield Boy Scout Troop 1000. Thank you very much, guys, for being a part of the 2023 Keego Harbor Memorial Day Parade.
Tyler, is that how you learned how to build a fire?
That's exactly how I learned how to build a fire. Get your fireman's chit. C-H-I-T for those at home.
Yes, yes, I understand the distinction. Thank you very much, Tyler. All right, coming up right here is Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy. And they're from Keego Harbor. They're helping the community get back to living their best lives by providing outpatient physical therapy to the community. They are here for you. Thank you very much to Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy, obviously working hard in the community. And you know what, Ronnie? This goes a long way because Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy, they're located here in the community, and they're helping those who really can't help themselves, and it's a big part of helping people get well. I'd like to thank Breon Hayward, and I'd like to thank our guy on the street, Tyler Keith. Thanks a lot, Tyler. I'd also like to thank my co-host, Ronnie Dahl, sitting right up here with me, and most importantly, you, the audience. Okay, this project is obviously a labor of love for all of us, and we are happy that you came along for the ride. I'm Woody Woodruff. Please be sure to keep our military and our first responders in your heart, and please enjoy the summer season. Thanks a lot for being with us.